What's up, computer art students? We're about ready to learn lesson 4, the trees. Okay, to do this, we're going to nudge the artwork, we're going to transform keeping aspect ratio again, duplicate the layers, and then create layer groups. So here's the tree I pulled open from the autobiographical poster folder. If you open that up, it's in the items folder under tree. Go ahead and open that up, and this will show up here. And it's on the same tab as our work that we've created before. So let's just pull that off of there, okay? And all we need to do is go to our move tool, hit the V as in vacuum button to get your move tool, and we're just gonna move it over to our other workspace. Somebody was kind enough to do the pre-loading work of getting rid of that background. So what we're gonna do is kind of move it in place. It's a little large right now. Notice the tree layers over here. Let's just double click on that and label it tree. And I'll just put left, because it's going to be on the left side of our composition. Okay, and let's Apple T, or transform this down. Let's scale it down a bit. Hold down Shift to constrain the aspect ratio. Move it in place. I think that looks alright. Maybe a little bigger. Something like that. Okay. Now I want to duplicate this thing. A couple different ways we can do that is there's one way, the old school way. We can click on this tree layer and drag it down to the copy paper. That's one way to do it. Okay, but another quick way is just to hold down the Alt key or the Option key on your keyboard, and notice that we have a double arrow now. And if we simply just click on that and drag it, that's a quick way to just duplicate it. All right. Now, if we wanted to be precise, we could use some guides that we drop down from our ruler. But for the most part, I think we're getting it all lined up okay, and it doesn't have to be completely symmetrical. It's all right if it's not. If we have our snap on, it'll do a nice job of snapping these things into place and line it up okay. All right, so just eyeball it for our purposes this time. We're going to continue to copy these, so hold on the Alt key and drag. This time we're going to shrink it down. So Apple T again, and shrink it down so it's smaller, because we want to put some off in the distance, kind of right on the horizon. And what I'm going to do, notice it's in front of my big tree. That doesn't look right. So I'm going to move this one down, my layer down underneath. Well, I got to apply it first. Once again, apply it. I'm going to move it underneath this left tree, and now it looks about right. Hold down Alt again. We're going to just duplicate these. Okay, I'm going to shrink it down again. I'm going to shrink this one slightly. Okay, move it in place. And I'm having trouble with my snap, so I'm going to go up to View, take my snap off, because I was having trouble. Another way to do that, if you want to keep your snap on, keep your snap on. Notice it's snapping to the line. This is where nudge comes in handy, number one on this lesson. If you, on your keyboard, if you simply click the arrows back and forth, you can simply nudge it in place, and that's kind of handy, especially if you like that option where you keep your snap on. It's just kind of a handy dandy little thing that you can use there. Okay, I'm gonna hold down Alt again, duplicate this one more time, kind of take down Apple T. I'm gonna resize this slightly down again. Okay, and then apply it, nudge it into place a little higher, just like that. And then I'm going to duplicate this one more time, drag it, and then one more time for good measure. Nudge these into place. I don't have to go back and forth between my view to nudge these things. But there we have it, kind of receding back into space. Now, one thing we could do, a quick thing, is notice we have all of these. If we can close down the eye on all of these layers, these are all of our tree layers, right? Okay, so as we work in Photoshop, it can get kind of disorganized if we have a whole bunch of layers and we have to look at them all the time, right? So what we're going to do is just click on the top layer, and this is number, I believe, on their worksheet, number create layer groups. we've kind of worked 15 through 17. Here's number 18. We're going to create layer groups now. If we go down and click on our top layer, and then click on this little folder down here, that's a group folder, and we'll just name this group trees. I'm going to put it all in caps. And then to move these things, right now the layers are outside of the folder, so we're going to click on the top, this top one, and we're going to hold on Shift and click on the bottom layer. It's going to turn them all blue, and we're going to move them up. Just move them up to the trees. Simple as that. And you'll notice now they're inside the trees folder. Okay, just a good way to organize your layers. If you need those, they're there, but they're out of the way. Okay. Now if I select all my tree layers again, like this, don't need my big tree. You know what? This is on the right now, so I'm going to name this tree right, because that's this one. Okay, there it is. Hold down Command, click on it, it'll tell you, well, it's in the trees folder, but it's also tree right. Okay, there it is. Okay, don't want to select those. I want to select my little trees because I want to duplicate those real quick. So I'm going to hold on Shift and click on this one, and I'm just going to hold on Alt now, and it should duplicate all of them. Look at that, real fast, it duplicated all of them. Okay, but now they're facing the wrong way. So what do I need to do? I need to go to Transform, Edit, Transform, and I'm going to flip them, I think, horizontally. Yep, flip them horizontally. Now I can move them into place just as the other ones are. I'm going to use the nudge again and nudge them into place, and I kind of have this symmetrical look now. Okay, there you go. There's the trees, lesson 4. Good luck.